Should gambling advertisements be banned in Canada?
I think yes, as a Christian, I think yes. And I think gambling is really becoming an epidemic right now. Like I have so many friends my age that are addicted to online gambling, how accessible it is, just going to the casino all the time. It's really becoming a problem, and it's degeneracy, and the amount of money that a lot of people blow on gambling is insane, and I think it shouldn't be promoted. But at the same time, there's the freedom. But I think as much as we can, we should limit the promotion of these things the same way we limit promotion for things like cigarettes and stuff like that.
I guess in the same vein that is advertising for cigarettes and whatnot, like there's a difference between just advertising and there's a difference that is advertising responsibly. So I feel like as long as you're like acknowledging all the risks, I think it shouldn't be banned, but it shouldn't be equally as popular as like advertising for cereal, for example.
People think they have a much higher chance than they actually do. So, I feel like my personal opinion is that your money can be better spent elsewhere. And so things like gambling advertising gives people a sense of hope that's not necessarily really realistic to them individually. So, yeah, I think minimizing that would help people save some money.
Honestly, I'm not that concerned about gambling. I think children don't have access to it anyways. It's always been part of society. Other countries have had much more prevalent gambling than we have throughout the years, and I think it's up to a parent to educate their children on the risks associated with gambling and make sure that they're steered on the right course when they're young, so that when they get older, they don't fall into the habit.
I have a very great concern about gambling addiction. I've worked I worked in Alaska as a psychotherapist with especially women who were addicted to pull tabs. And I understand a little bit about how toxic gambling addiction is. And it tends to go where people are underprivileged in some way. So when the economy starts to become challenging, gambling addiction goes up. And so just like you don't advertise cigarettes or you don't advertise alcohol, hopefully, luring people into gambling addiction, and sadly to think that a lot of our economy is based on gambling addiction, to me is really scary. So again, it's about being compassionate for how people suffer.
I don't think they should have gambling ads. Personally, I think that's another addictive hobby, like drugs, alcohol could be too, but yeah, I don't think they should have gambling ads.
Yeah, I think it's out there. You know where to go if you want to gamble. I don't know if they really need to put it on TV to bring it up even more prominent, because like you say, it could wreck somebody's life if they, either which way, whether they go to the casino and gamble or bet online. But I don't know, do they really need to promote it anymore? I don't know. I don't think so.
Banning it outright, I'm never a big fan of that, but it does need to be controlled and regulated just for the sake of, it's an addiction. So, it's something that addicts a lot of people, so it needs to be controlled for their sake, I think.
I'm not a gambler, besides the 649 ticket once in a while, but when I see them, it bothers me. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt my feelings at all if they were banned.
Yeah, I think that we don't need them. We need more positiveness, that everybody is watching on whatever devices that we have. We need positive messages then, making good choices.
I don't know whether they need to be banned. They certainly need to be better regulated. I think their impact on Canadian households is going to be extremely negative. We know gambling is dangerous. We know it's terrible outcomes as a result of some people's behavior, and we need to get a grip on it.
No, I think with the internet, you can't ban anything anymore. So it's you should try and control it if it's an issue, if it's a problem for people, which it can be. But censorship never really works.
Okay, madam?
Yeah, they'll just find it somewhere else, gambling somewhere else if it's regulated. Yeah. It's an addiction, I think, probably like any other addiction.